Mic check, mic check, mic check, mic check, mic check. One, two, three. No? Mic check. Is it on? Yes. Yes, it's on. Mic check. Everybody have your seats. Take your seats. Where's Commissioner? Oh. Mic check. You coming in? I'm excited to see all these faces and familiar people that I know. Good evening, everyone. Good evening, everyone. I would like to welcome you to tonight's Talent 10th, our fourth annual Talent 10th spoken word competition in Poetry Slam, and it's something so dear to my heart because I'm at the schools a lot, trying to get our students involved, and I'm just happy to know that we have some exciting speakers for tonight. And I'd like to also let you all know that the topic is African Americans and the vote. And our young speakers, I'm sure I'm not going to steal the show from what they're going to be talking about. So I'm just going to go ahead on without being delay, and just welcome you all for coming out. And I know that you're going to enjoy the show, this Talent 10th competition. But I would like to bring up, first, I would like to recognize our dignitaries here today. Mayor Levy was here, and he had to leave, but we like to let you acknowledge that he was here tonight. Vice Mayor Kevin Biederman. and Commissioner Tracy Kalari. And Commissioner Hernandez. Peter Hernandez, District 2. At this time, I would like to bring up Miss Soretta Hopkins. She's going to sing, Lift Up Every Voice and Sing.
Thank you. Can we stand to sing the anthem? Lift every voice and sing till earth and heaven ring. Ring with the harmonies of liberty. Let our rejoicing rise high as the listening skies. Let it resound loud as the rolling sea. Sing a song full of the faith that the dark past has taught us. Sing a song full of the hope that the present has brought us. Facing the rising sun of a new day begun. Let us march on till victory is won. Stony the road we trod, bitter the chastening rod, felt in the days when hope unborn had died, yet with a steady beat, yet without feet, come to the place for which our fathers sighed. We have come over a way that with tears has been watered. We have come treading our path through the blood of the slaughtered, out from the gloomy past, till now we stand at last, where the white gleam of our bright star is cast. God of our weary years, God of our silent tears, Thou who hast brought us thus far on the way, Thou who hast by Thy might led us unto the light. Keep us forever in the path, we pray, lest our feet stray from the place of our God where we met Thee, lest our hearts, drunk with the wine of the world, we forget Thee. Shadow beneath Thy hand, may we forever stand, true to our God, true to our native land. You may be seated.
She goes by poet, dancer, radio personality named Red Words. Her passion for poetry and spoken word have led her to many endeavors, including hosting her own radio television talk show, Red Light TV Live, serving in local slam teams, hosting a Slam City with Nickelodeon, judging national poetry slams, featuring at various venues across the nation, exclusive nightlife events, as well as private parties and special occasions. Currently, she hosts several events around the country, ranging from fashion shows to open mics, manages a lifestyle blog about her travels and adventures in entertainment, serves as the content editor for the Phoenix Magazine, hosts, produces her Sunday radio show, Red Light TV, co-hosts the Phoenix Hour podcast on YouTube, teaches dance class for all ages and styles through her project, Red Dance. Her mission, to merge the world of arts, music, and fashion and entertainment. Ladies and gentlemen, our judge, Frankie Red Rosso. Over the last decade, he has worked Miami's youth, has been recognized by local leaders as professional organizations. He has been awarded the 40 Under 40 Black Leaders of Today and Tomorrow 2014. The Top Black Educators of 2016, awarded by Legacy Magazine, and he is honored with the Genius Award from BME Community in 2016. In 2017, he was recognized by HACCOF as a top 20 under 40 Haitian American professional. Most recently, he has been recognized by JM Lexus as an African American achiever in the category of education. Ladies and gentlemen, our judge, Weber J. Charles. She received her doctoral degree with a specialization in reading education from Nova Southeastern University. Her master's degree is in teaching English to speakers of other languages. She is the project assistant for Barry University's Quality Enhancement Plan and is also an adjunct professor. She has presented at national, regional, and local conferences on topics related to students with disabilities, reading instruction strategies, parent involvement, community engagement, and higher education. During her professional career, she has served as a teacher at all levels, from grades K through 12. She has also served as a reading coach, lead teacher, and department head. She believes that every child can succeed with the right support and guidance to find their strengths and to work a plan of action. At the start of the school year, she organizes a back-to-school afternoon to provide school supplies to students in Broward and Dade counties. She seizes every opportunity to work with young men and women, hoping to contribute to them achieving their big dreams. Ladies and gentlemen, our judge, Dr. Heather Johnson Desriere. He is a spoken word poet hailing from New York City and is current resident of Miami, Florida. He is a recipient of the Lena Horne Performing Arts Award from the University of Albany's NAACP. He has been crowned the Nitty Gritty Slam champion at Albany's Music Hall, placed 5th in Jazz in the Gardens National Poetry Slam, and placed 3rd in the Nickelodeon Poets Cafe. In 2018, he has competed in the Individual World Poetry Slam and Rust Belt Poetry Festival, solidifying his rank as 45th in the world. Aside from his work as a poet, he works as an 11th grade English teacher who uses poetry as the backbone to academic achievement and understanding in his classroom, attacking social issues and internal struggles with the hopes of holistic growth of his students. Ladies and gentlemen, our judge, Stephen Valentine. She is a born and raised Miami graduate from Northwestern Senior High School. If you know anything about the poetry scene, whether it's on the East Coast or the West Coast, downtown or midtown, you should know the name Butterfly. She is a Grammy Award nominated international spoken word artist. People appreciate her work in Canada, the Bahamas, Jamaica, Belize, Africa, Argentina, and continually growing list of other countries. She has truly made a name for herself in the arena of spoken word and poetry since taking the stage in 1997. She holds several accolades for her craft, to include Spoken Word Artist of the Year, 2 Slam wins, and her work is featured in compilations and anthologies throughout the U.S. She is a dedicated community servant, and it's the second time that she has donated her services to the Talented 10th Poetry Slam. Ladies and gentlemen, our master of ceremony, Rebecca Butterfly Vaughn.
That's my DJ. That's my DJ. Go DJ. Go DJ. Oh my gosh. Go to show you how time flies. I reminisce and go back to the very first one when Anthony reached out and mentioned this event, which I find to be very phenomenal, especially when the youth are involved and it's about the youth. And if, by a round of applause, who's been to all 4, including this one? Okay, so you know how deep the youth get. You know they bring us to our tears and touch our hearts. And for the poets that are judges, keeps us picking up the pen, like that inspiration is so strong. So we're gonna get right into things. Of course, we can't do beautiful moments like this without sponsors. You know, it's kind of like when the radio station tell you, we got to pay the bills. I don't know about no bill paying, but this night is sponsored by Liberia, Sweethearts Community Project, and of course, Barry University, and the one and only AT&T, pioneers of volunteer network. And that's what I love. If you're familiar with AT&T, they really volunteer with a lot of community events. They put their backbone behind things that they also believe in, and especially when it's involving the world. So, you ready for some poetry? No, are you really ready for some poetry? And so, of course, every year when it's Black History Month, there's always a theme, which is what I love. I love themes. So this year's Black History Month theme is African Americans and the vote. And we really do need to get out and vote. And I know our youth and the millennials of today get tired of the jugging into your soul that people died for you to do this. Yes, that is true. But since you all do not want to hear that anymore, and I'm being honest, I've had conversations with youth of 17 and up to about 24, 25, and their response has been, that's your time, or that's my grandmother's time, that's not my time, it's different. And that's understandable. But me personally, I cannot forget where I came from, and I cannot forget the blood and sweat and tears that was shed for me to stand in a line and cast my valid vote, to vote for someone. I just can't do that. But to make it feasible for you all, you need to get out and vote because you have a voice. You have a voice. You do matter. Make yourself count. So with that being said, is everyone in here registered to vote? That's what I'm talking about. Because you see these 2 little ones right here? Well, 3 little ones right here? They're also who we have to vote for. We have to be their voice. And that, like you said it, you keyword said it, they watch what we do. I stress and say it all the time, as much as you do not want to be a role model, because it does come with pressure, it is overwhelming, you are human, you are going to make mistakes. Someone is still going to look up to you and think the world of you. So with that being said, of course tonight we have Hollywood Hills representing. We have all women poets from Hollywood Hills representing. And that's kind of cool because women were allowed to vote in 1920. So, our first contestant coming up, her name is Lori Lauriston.
Okay. Hi, my name is Lori. Okay. And I'm representing DOA. Okay. Black boys get beat before voting polls pay tribute to the 15th. Amending what it means to be American through Confederate means, I call it democratic dementia. Black minds deny democracy but forced to serve that same foreign country because that's how you elect the American way. That way, the people you meant to marginalize don't realize that your poll tax is racist and so are your literacy tests. But let's test and see how easy it is to gain political parity when white supremacy dictates the social disparities, can't qualify for the grandfather clause if Pappy was a slave. Blank ballots in memory of stolen liberties, the right to write, the right to read, black suffragettes seen as parodies of the inequality spat by Anthony, black women betrayed by white women in black veils, power to you, Susan B., but your favorite suffragette didn't care for black bodies, miss. Miss, I will cut off this right arm of mine before I will ever work for or demand the ballot for the Negro and not the woman. Sojourner spitting truths, because ain't I a woman too? 90 years spells eraser of the black voice, all the way to the Voting Rights Act of 1965. Fear at the hands of white clans and tribes in which strange fruit sways to stray the black voter. Southern bigots can't stand the sight of prosperity and big black numbers, so they shoot and steal black spirits until the majority turns into a black mass of lost hope. Learn helplessness among a collection of black souls. Father God, please help us regain our freedom, and I am talking slavery, only the political kind. What's so American about a 99% decline of black registered voters? The story gets better though, because no matter how hard white boys try, black lives will not be denied your so-called American dream. We the people of America's not so well-kept secret. Ain't it all right to know what a colored man should do to vote? Ask us, we should know.
My poets over here to the side, they already know I was over there and I was choking because I wanted to say rewind like 5 times. But I knew I couldn't because, one, it's a slam and, you know, their time. But also, two, she was in a rhythm. And that's one thing with poets, you know, when they're in their rhythm and their vibe, and then, you know, you get somebody like me, you know, but at the end of the day, you the one wrote the poem, yell out rewind, you know, it breaks their vibe. But I'm standing over there and I'm like stomping my foot and doing my own personal tap dance over there because it was like 4 or 5 segments of that poem, Lori, that I wanted to say rewind. But yes, give it up one more time for Lori Lauriston. And just so you know, keep your energy going because you never know who's watching, because this is being broadcast live via visual and hearing over the radio. Compliments of WZOP 92.7 FM and WZPP 96.1 FM, your Caribbean community stations. All right, Irina. Continuing the vibe and the flow, I want you to put your hands together for the one and only Sierra Ockville.
Hi, my name's Sierra. Today I'm representing D. Okay. 400 years of doing the white man's labor, years of black backs being target practice for whips, ankles and wrists grew accustomed to the chains, leaving permanent indentations in their brains. Lincoln set them free. After years of domestication, we got the right to vote, the chance to use the voices that were stolen from us when our families were thrown on those boats. They made us take tests to vote, as if when we attempted to read, we weren't hung by our necks, kept up as an example to other slaves that if they too attempted to expand their minds, their life would be taken just as easily. Masters never did like being disobeyed. To vote, their grandfather had to have voted the year before. They didn't send our grandfathers to Brazil, change their names in an attempt to wipe away the culture that ran through their veins, tongues cut out to prevent their native tongue from spilling out of their mouths like water, to silence a voice that just couldn't stay hidden. They put taxes on votes. Black families could barely feed their children when sharecropping was leaving them in endless cycles of debt. Like the endless cycles of death, you'd think they'd be done. But hate and fear consumed their minds, scared we'd show them our pain. We were forced to remain silent. 50 years later, women got the right to vote. From young ages, black women were taught that their ability to work under men was worth more than their voices. Their silence was praised. But the women whose voices were never taught to hide away in the presence of a man spoke loud enough for the gods to hear their cries. So let your voice be heard nationwide. We have earned it. From the blood, revolts, and hangings, we deserve it.
I don't know if you all are paying attention, but one thing about me is I love the top of how a poet starts their poem and how they end. If you notice, these two young ladies, they ended their last line with attitude. Did y'all notice that? You deserve it. Give it up one more time for Sierra Ockville. Keeping in that flow and that rhythm. 3 is a charm. Put your hands together for Amaya Hamilton.
Hi, I'm Amaya, and I'm representing D. Thank you. Okay. You dragged us by our crowns from our African kingdoms, whipped and hanged us with your authoritarian ways. You left your mark on our bodies with your scripts, while we kept your lives in check, kept this nation in check with our bare hands. You stripped our clothes and our right to vote alongside you. You forced us to pledge allegiance to the white man's flag of the divided States of America. Out of slavery, still in captivity, we couldn't engage in governmental activities, but we were the caged bird who still sang. Singing of freedom, a song of which we didn't really know the right key, still we sang with voices of a million mouths. While you sang of lives, sang of the land of the free and home of the brave sacrificed their lives for the rest of us. Through protests, riots, and rallies, the brave became free. We made the white man's words a reality. 1965, the voting rights. 15th, 19th, 23rd, 24th Amendments. Voting rights for all. Our voice is now engraved in the Constitution. And now I, a black girl, can stand here today with a ballot in my hand, ready to vote, ready to make a difference. On the United States, I stand with my pen waved in the sky, getting ready to sign. Now the caged bird can spread its wings and fly. Thank you.
Fly on, bird. Get your freedom on. In the bright, bright blue skies. Fly on, fly on, fly on, you blackbird. Someone's looking at your wings, seeing just how high you can fly. Inspiration, that's what you cast out in the wind. So fly on, blackbird. Dance on to freedom. All right, I don't know where that came from. You will not hear that on anybody's radio station. You cannot go to iTunes, YouTube, or anything. That's just the kind of fun I like to have. Anyway, give it up one more time for Maya Hamilton. Okay, I am very sentimental and very emotional when it comes to names. I take them to heart, especially where pronunciation is concerned. So I'm going to give this a shot. Efiani Muadia. Ifani Muadia. Muadia. All right.
The first black man to ever cast his vote in America was Thomas Peterson in 1870. I wonder if he was afraid in that moment, if he understood that his ballot was a conception of the White League and KKK, and from that day on, black people would learn new lessons about brutality. That it was amazing how quickly fires would collapse our homes and kill our kids. That the Constitution turned into a meaningless piece of paper once your life was in danger. The young boys in dark hoodies and sweaters would be considered dangerous and treated as such. I wonder what he would think of all the black men and women who step away from politics today. Say that it isn't their business, as if there are people who aren't, as if there aren't people who sit in office and deny racism still exists, as if prison systems and poverty don't hold us in bondage the same way slavery did. We continue to be labeled as free labor, the save for later, when change needs to happen now. However, I wonder if Mr. Peterson would be proud of how far we have come. That we would give birth to Martins and Malcolms and black kids who attend poetry competitions, the same ones who are bold enough to sit at the Pledge of Allegiance, not old enough to vote, but smart enough to write, sing, rap, speak about oppression. Martin's message of freedom, let it ring, let it shout and sing, let it walk down our streets. I wonder how big Mr. Peterson would smile at the ways we express black pride, how we all have a little bit of fight inside. We shower in success, lather in love, rinse in riches, take the bad and turn it into business, won't let the troubles of yesterday define our tomorrow. Look at the way we change our mentality. It's been ingrained in me that my black is powerful from skin to soul and lines my souls so that there is beauty in every footstep. We stop making white the standard and still. I will never know what went through Mr. Peterson's mind as he stood at the polls. I only know that being there would fill me with a sense of pride, the sight of a black man voting for the first time.
She only just proved that how your day starts is how your day ends. Because earlier today, I actually performed for the United States Attorney's Office for their Black History Month event. And I gave homage to Thomas Mundy Peterson from Amboy, New Jersey. He was 46 years old, casted that vote March 31st, 1870. And I spoke along the lines of, unfortunately, during that time, there was no social media and hashtag, but fast forward 2020, we can still allow for him to not be forgotten, so we can do the hashtag. So thank you for proving that. I tell people all the day, how your day starts is how your day ends. Give it up one more time for Ifani Muyadia. Tell me how to pronounce your last name. I want to get that. Muadia? Woodia, okay. So it was short, sweet, powerful, strong, inspirational, eye-opener. You can tell they did their homework. They did their research, that they put their heart in it, their soul, their own emotional feelings. But like they say, you know, everything happens for a reason and the way that it does. I'm a strong believer in everything having significance. So if you notice, this is our 4th annual. So how many poets do we have? Exactly. And that's how many we were supposed to have. So give it up for these ladies representing Hollywood Hills Senior High School. Of course, when it comes to art and expression, it's not only done through words, it's not only done through dancing, it's not only done through singing, it's not only done through musicianship, but it's also done through the visual arts. Individuals who know how to make colliding kaleidoscopes of colors and different hues on whatever type of material that comes to their presence. So behind me, you see an essence of that. And right now, I want to bring to the microphone Georgette Leslie Wiggins, Sweethearts, Inc., AAAC member, to introduce to you the winners of our Black History Month Youth Art Contest.
Hello, everyone, and welcome. But I stand before you tonight wearing 3 hats, other than the gaily that's on my head. The first hat I stand before you wearing is I am the president of Sweetie Hearts Community Project. I am also the one that catered the food in the reception area. I hope you all enjoyed. My second hat is I am the founder of South Broward Juneteenth Festival. This is our 3rd year, June 20th. We're having the festival at Washington Park, our 3rd annual. That will be June 20th, 1 to 8 p.m. Hope you all can attend. Now, my 3rd hat, which is most important, is I am the co-chair, vice chair of the African American Advisory Council. And I would like to thank everyone as the vice chair for coming out tonight. And I would especially like to thank the children that took the opportunity to present their art to you all this week. So, or this month, I should say. So, our first place winner is Emily I can't pronounce her last name, but I believe her teacher is in the audience. Can you come help me? Emily.
Edelnant.
She is 9 years old, and she's the first place winner.
Thank you, Georgette. I also would like to thank the originators for the project. Such challenging, such emotional, incredible topics that are so rich. And I'm so proud to be the art teacher of these children who had the opportunity to deal with such deep issues. And thank you to all of those who came up with the concept.
Please don't go. That's the first place. If you'll stand with me. I always must say this. They do not allow me to vote, you know, on who win. Because everybody know I'll vote my grandkids in, right?
You would be biased.
This is my granddaughter's. Sade Polite is the second place winner. She's 10 years old, and I promise you I had nothing to do with this. Will you accept it, please? This is my husband. Will you accept it for our grandbaby? And our third place winner is Brooke Green. First grader. 6 years old. One of his kids. This art was done by my granddaughter as well. Yeah. Sana Adioba. She's 7 years old. That's why I can't vote. And again, Maya Rodriguez. She's 9 years old. Thank you, everyone, and that concludes our winners for our art contest.
Thank you, Georgette.
Okay, so you heard the youth. Now you get to hear the adults. So this is when I need you to put on your imaginary seatbelts, because you're about to go for a lyrical roller coaster ride like never before. And I tell people all the time, warning comes before destruction. There will be no destruction here, but you are being forewarned. So, of course, contributing to this evening and this moment in time is one of our judges, the one and only Frankie Red Russell.
All right, 10 Talented Poetry Slam. How we doing? Thank y'all so much for coming out tonight. This is an amazing event that happens every single year. Shout out to Anthony Grisby for putting it together in the entire city of Hollywood and all of the support that we've been getting throughout the years. All of the competitors, you guys are amazing. Year after year, you just blow me away. So enjoy this poem. It's called Stereo Box. My blackness doesn't seem to be black enough. My whiteness doesn't seem to be white enough. My Hispanicness doesn't seem to be Latino enough. I hate to hear this injustice like we already ain't had enough. Please, you tell me, what does it take to be removed out of something old and into something new, out of something rough and into something civil? Is it a crime to be blunt, to be stereotyped? Do you think that's simple? We cause terrorism. To be tough, we'll cause separatism. To be rough, we'll do anything but come together as one. As if there's something wrong with that ideology. As if Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. himself didn't have that vision for everyone. And the pattern shows that those that fight never end up all right. Instead, they end up with a shattered vision, withheld, broken, captured, and hidden, opinions forbidden, not a peep from their voices, because they live in an outspoken prison. As one protests the mourns, another rejoices in hopes the change has risen. Because hope and prayer keep them alive. Because they have faith in themselves that they won't be the next in line. In line to be declined of their freedoms, ideologies, and reasons to put an end to this manslaughter open season. They fight a good fight, advocate for the loss of every life, But you see, you tell me how many more lives need to be taken. Trayvon Martin, Eric Garner, Michael Brown, Corey Jones, Emmett Till. Lives are taken against their will. You tell me, why is it that those that are supposed to serve and protect so quick to kill? Yet you want me to claim the U.S. like it's us, but I never will. No, I shall stand with two hands. One, to always salute those who came before me and paved the way, and another over my heart to protect it from ever going astray.
I told y'all. I told y'all. Where is the love? Baby, don't hurt me. Don't hurt me no more. And so she mentioned about hope in her piece. And I'll be that poet that plays with the 26 letters of the alphabet. I'm an acronym junkie that if there was an AA program, I would refuse to attend. Let me be. So I have given hope the acronym of helping other people excel. That's what we do when we reach out. That's what we do when we share what is inside of us, because Miles Monroe said it best. It makes no sense to go to the grave full. It's blasphemy to your creator who created you. Leave this world empty, nothing behind. For the simple fact you came into the world with nothing, so therefore you should have a sandwich like an Oreo cookie. You leave with nothing. Allow for the essence of you and your existence while you are here to keep breathing through individuals, young and old and in between. Because I've said it plenty of times that when two people gather together in the midst of a conversation that extends for at least 45 minutes to an hour, if the two of you walk away from each other and took nothing, then you wasted your oxygen for 45 minutes to an hour. Because having talk conversations with someone, you're supposed to travel with someone everywhere that you go. So from place to place, they are with you in the midst of that different conversation that you can quote what they have said. Life is a revolving door. I am you, you are me, we are we. Norman Vincent Peale said it best. It's not what happens to you, it's what you do with what happens to you. Yes. We have had hard times as a people, but at the end of the day, it really does not matter because we all bleed blood. We are all pink inside, as a ninth grader wrote in a poem to me from Michael Kropp Senior High School. She spoke of hope in her piece. But honestly, are we really in a state of peace? I love love. I find it quite interesting, his last name. Let's see him love this microphone. Put your hands together for your next judge, Stephen Valentine.
How y'all doing? How y'all doing? If you're feeling good, let me hear you say yes. Yes. If you're feeling good to be alive, let me hear you say yes. Yes. My name is Stephen Valentine. If you leave here with something, I implore you, especially the contestants, to keep pushing into the arts. And everybody that is here, keep pushing into the arts. Keep putting that energy into it because we need it. If we don't serve it, it will be gone. So keep pushing in. I learned at a young age that America does not practice equality. I've also learned that America uses war as a way to turn away from the inequalities of today. They say that the free are supposed to live here, so why doesn't freedom seem so free anymore? The latter. To those whose skin tone doesn't match the massa, America has become a colorblind continent. They began to forget the Creole, and your canvas collapsed underneath the concrete of cardboard of Crown Heights and Carroll City streetlights. They say that the overseas sands stand taller than your tears, so what is the weight of water? They say you're all accent and alabaster black, so what is the cost of oil? The cost of melanin after the tax of the brim brick and the brownstone. What makes the brownstone? Is it glory? A mistake or fate that you are still here. Pigment isn't supposed to instill fear nor discern second class, but somehow your people are dying here, and I care enough to know the meaning of it. I've learned privilege is having the world at my feet and never having to slave over the weight of it. So now I can't only write, I put palette to pavement, rattle the attempts to rape the raven. Black lives is a movement. It is a flaming cardinal on the cusp, matted in revolution. So stand for everything and kneel for no one. I say stand for everything and kneel for no one. They want silence, I want violence. Riots have become the most beautiful thing I have ever seen. The swing of the stampede, the way the police buckle at the knee. I guarantee they would rather your broken bones than my broken poems. So I write poems anyway to levy the breaking the baton, to back the crack of crowbar to Christian fire hose to faith. Pull melanin from the mischief. This is to all the James Brown bodies forced to shuck and jive to the sound of sirens. Like your smile isn't soca enough to sing to the sun. So sing with me like a songbird fleeing, cause the city lights know your name with fame. Only gold rope necklaces and canary chains, but your bodies are all God in this vein. Your fingertips are too lightning bolt for rain. Your hands, music makers, storytellers, and soul lifters. You move spirits, you move mountains here to the cell. Get it, so take back home, take back that firebomb of a freeway. Take back the burning bridges smoking until all they hear is yeah, glory, what's next? And take them by their chest and say, although we walk through the valley of the shadow of death, we fear no evil. The home shall comfort thee, the home shall fear this evil, because this accident here is so damn beautiful. And when we look up at the stars, we look up and see God. And he reminds us that this right here is everything it was supposed to be. Thank you.
What y'all know about that song? That's only but the ultimate band song of all times. Give it up one more time for Stephen Valentine. So at this time, life comes full circle for me. I had the opportunity to share many of stages through the years, in the earlier stages of being a poet in the late 90s, early 2000s, with this dub poet. Yes, and when I tell you he speaks to your soul, he allows for the rhythms in your belly to dance and for you to imagine what it's like and how your ancestors are carrying on right now. So without further ado, your last poet in this contribution of the adults to this night. Put your hands together for the one and only Malachi Smith.
Thanks for your very generous introduction. I'm honored to be here. Can we clap the young poets who read earlier? You guys are incredible. Love the narrative. Keep it going, you know. I'm going to do a poem deliberately because it's Black History Month. And one of the biggest issues we have as a people is that we're still not writing our history. We have allowed so many others to write our history, right? So you'd hear so much about contemporary people, but we never hear, or we hear about, say, for argument's sake, a Colin Powell, or a Colin Powell, as you call him. In Jamaica, we'd say Colin Powell. But you never hear about Hannibal, that great general, right? See what I'm saying? Right? And you never hear about the great leaders from the continent. It's like they have severed the root, and you're just hearing about the Michael Jacksons, which is fine. But we must get real. So this poem is titled Write the History Again. Write the history again. Mr. We now compromise. We no want no friend. Write the history again. Write about our brilliant scholars, our doctors, our lawyers. Write about our professors, our heroes, our liberators. Man, write the history again. Mr. We now compromise. We no want no friend. Write the history again. Write about our great musicians. Write about our brilliant scientists. And stop talk, but black man only can lick face. Write the history again. Mr. We not compromise. We no want no friend. Write the history again. Write about the slaves in Louisiana. Write about the Batman contributing on. Write about our inventions, our invaluable service to the world nation. Write the history again. Mr. We not compromise. We no want no friend. Write the history again. Write about the emperor of the 20th century, king of king emperor Haile Selassie. Write about the wisest man, the great King Solomon. Write about the greatest poet. Check your Bibles. It contains Psalms of David, not the poetry of Shakespeare. Write the history again. Mr. We now compromise. We no want no friend. Write the history again. Write about Marcus Mosiah Garvey, or Dr. Martin Luther, Muhammad Ali. Write about Booker T. Washington. Write about Nkrumah. Write about Mandela. Write about Hatshepsut. Write about Harriet Tubman. Write and don't stop. Write, but don't you forget Peter Tosh and Bob Marley. Write the history again. I want to hear you. Write the history again. Mr. We now compromise. We no want no friend. Write the history again. Thank you so much.
I told you he talked to your soul. And he make you dance. I was over there getting my rhythm on and dancing. And that's just it. We got to write the history again because there's so much out there. And as he said, you know, no disrespect, but we continuously, every year, Black History, hear the same people over again. Your Martin Luther King, your Frederick Douglass, your Malcolm X, your Phyllis Wheatley, your Maya Angelou. And there are so many other names that you would not be, you know, you'd be amazed. And they deserve just as much recognition and notoriety and to get their place. But we have to do that. We have to get in the grind, and we have to pick up those pens and those pencils and those journal books and, yes, write the history again. So, did you enjoy yourselves? Of course, we've come to the tail end, but it's a good tail end because we get to announce the winners of the Poetry Slam. And to do that is going to be the one and only Daphne Dilbert from AT&T Pioneers.
I got y'all some bags as well. Goodies in it. All right.
Thank you. Thank you. Love you too. Yes, my name is Daphne Dilbert. I work for AT&T, and I've been with AT&T for 20 years. And it's nothing better than walking with a company that believes in their community and supports every effort that you want to promote within your community. I want to give a shout out to Anthony Grisby. He does a great job every year. Thank you, Anthony. Though I know half of the room in here, I want to acknowledge Minister Pearl Eisler from Antioch
Missionary Baptist Church. Thank you. I see you in the room. And then I am also the chair of a board, Liberia Economic and Social Development. Henry Graham is in the back. Yes. In which he was nominated, well, he's actually a recipient of the African American Miami Herald and AT&T African American Achievers. So congrats to you, Henry. That's how much we do in the community. We have a Black History calendar, and he's one of the recipients. So congrats. Great job to all the poets to be, and yeah. So now's the time, this moment. Okay. So third place prize is a Kindle tablet. Every other year we kind of switch out. Last year we did smartwatches. This year we're doing tablets. So Amazon Kindle tablet. Second place is a Samsung tablet. And first place is Apple iPad. So yes, enjoy. Take it to college with you. Okay. So third place is a Maya Hamilton. Yay. Second place, it was close too. Second place is Lori Lauriston. Thank you. Congrats. Enjoy. And our first place, and I'm gonna mess up that name, I think, Ifenia Uwadia? Afanya, yeah. And since it was only 4, we didn't want to leave Sierra Ockfield out. We also have something for you. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, Butterfly had to leave us for the evening. Can I get a big round of applause for Rebecca Butterfly Vaz? Elaine, would you come up? Before we have our closing statements, one of my co-workers has a statement to offer to the audience, just like last couple of weeks. Go ahead, Elaine.
Thank you. Is this on? Yes. Thank you, Mr. Grisby, again, for allowing me to make an announcement to this audience. My name is Elaine Franklin. I'm the Environmental Sustainability Coordinator here in the City of Hollywood. And I know this room is full of eloquent writers. There are some great students, talented people in this room this evening. So raise your hand if you're between the ages of 8 and 18. Okay? So raise your hand if you're a parent or a grandparent to someone between the ages of 8 and 18. All right, raise your hand if you're a teacher to anyone between the ages of 8 and 18. Thank you. So this message is for any of you here. So this is about the Craig Tufts Educational Scholarship Fund. The fund finances an annual award that recognizes an individual between the ages of 8 and 18 who displays an interest in the natural world, aiming to foster that interest and encourage a lifelong path of environmental study. One youth can attend a week-long summer outdoor educational adventure camp at Family Nature Summits. The fund provides travel, room and board, and program fees for the award winner and an accompanying parent or guardian. The program will be in Humboldt, California, the week of July 11th through the 17th. Participants can expect to be involved in hiking trips of various levels, bird watching, area history, including Native American, logging, and mining, crafts using natural and local materials, freshwater ecology, local geology, adventure races, horseback riding, kayaking, photography classes, and wildflower walks. So how to apply? Each applicant will submit an original essay, that addresses the following questions. What are your favorite outdoor or nature-related activities? Describe a memorable nature-related experience and the impact it had on you. Describe any other experience or experiences you may have had learning about or protecting wildlife or the environment. What do you hope to gain from attending the Family Nature Summit in California's coastal Redwoods region? How do you plan to have a future impact on the environment, either right where you live or anywhere in the world? Add anything else you think would help the judges better understand your interests in nature and the environment. So each essay must be accompanied by an application form, be written by the applicant, not a parent or guardian, and be no more than 3 pages. The deadline is Friday, March 20th, and you can find the application at nwf.org/Craig Tufts. So if you're interested, you can ask me to repeat that information for you, but I hope that you all will apply. We would love to send someone from Hollywood, Florida to this great opportunity in California this summer. Thank you, Mr. Green.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, the chairperson of the African American Advisory Council, Ms. Diana Marrero.
Hi, everyone, and everyone knows me as Topacio. But first, I'd like us to give another round of applause, please, to all our participants, our poets. And just a little message to our poets. Just continue to create, continue to write, continue to dream, and know that a lot of us speak of our ancestors, but also understand that you are our future ancestors. And you will be ancestors to those that come after you. So again, understand that every move you make, every action you take, that's the legacy that you're gonna leave. So continue dreaming, continue writing, continue expressing yourself. You're all amazing, and I'm so proud of y'all. And also, just taking a moment to recognize Commissioner Blattner that is here. Thank you for coming. And last but not least, we'd like to say a special thank you to all our sponsors. Again, AT&T, Pioneers, Daphne, thank you so much for everything that you do for us. Sweetie Hearts, Miss Georgette, thank you, thank you. Mikey Attilas, please don't kill me. for our communications, marketing, and economic development. And another thank you to Ms. Patricia Williams, Donna Biederman. Thank you so much, thank you. And Mr. Henry Graham, LES, thank you. We see you back there. And please, if all our council members from the African American Advisory Council, if you could please stand up. Don't be shy. For organizing and all their hard work, for making sure this event was a success. Thank you so much. And thank you, everyone.
Hold on, Diana. Yes. We need Big Mickey to step out from the booth for a minute. Mick supports us every year. He puts up, these lights don't look like this. These lights don't look like this. Mick works on these lights.
Come on out.
Come on out,
Mickey. Yes.
That's Mickey
Round of
Achilles
applause.
from
Yes.
the Department of Communications, Marketing, and Economic Development. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Dalvis, our DJ, who brings the sounds to us each and every year. Oh, yeah. I'm not supposed to be speaking. I just want to get in. I want to thank all of the judges. Let me tell you something. These judges, I can go through each and every one. Barry University, Dr. Disrael, I'm pronouncing that right, Dr. Heather. Dr. Heather, Glenn Bowen supports us with Barry University every year, provides us with a speaker with education, and judges this year. Weber Charles is one of the persons we set with to put together the name, the Talented 10th Poetry Slam. He brings with him Stephen Valentine, and Frankie has been with us from the start. From the start, out the gate. And it was always our hope that this will be a venue where our youth can express themselves exactly how they feel verbally in the halls of power, and I believe we've done so. And we will continue to do so year after year. And thank you, and good night. And for all the members, please stay after for pictures.